What's the crack, everyone? Hope you're all keeping well. As you can see, I just got drenched there. I was just out on tour with one of my tour groups and started pissing down, unfortunately. But I'm here to do a quick video on a little bit of a hidden history site in Belfast city centre. Okay, so I'm currently on Royal Avenue, just behind me here. Okay, it's the main sort of shopping street in Belfast, and you got Belfast Central Library just behind me here, and then Library Street down the side of it. And this right here in front of me is the old Belfast Telegraph building. So this building was actually erected 16 years after the establishment of the Belfast Telegraph. So the Belfast Telegraph was established in 1870, and you can see that on their sort of memorial clock up there. Okay, their very famous clock that they've had. They then built this building in 1886 because they needed to obviously expand their printing works. So this is their main printing offices down here, and this existed as the Belfast Telegraph on this spot until 2016, when they moved, I think, down to the Clarendon dock, and I think they have a replica of the old clock down at that spot still, which is obviously good to see. So I'm actually here to talk about the history of the Telegraph, even though it is an extensive history. I could probably cover that in a different history video. I'm actually going to talk about something to do with World War II down this area. So during World War II, there were extensive bombing raids, particularly in April and May 1941. Colloquially known as the Belfast Blitz. That was the German bombing raids over the city, and this entire area was hit pretty heavily, so especially down North Street, down the bottom, Royal Avenue, Library Street and the like. A lot of the buildings either got completely destroyed or very heavily damaged, and the Belfast Telegraph building behind us was no different. Okay, so they would have been hit a couple of times by incendiary devices and the like, but during the war and during the Belfast Blitz, they still carried out their printing. Okay, so they continuously published throughout the war and throughout the bombing raids, which was an amazing feat, to be honest with you, because they must have been absolutely terrified around here. The building was heavily damaged, as I alluded to, and you can actually still see, and this is what I'm here to talk about, the damage to the building during World War II. Still on it. That massive chunk there, and all the scarring all over this. I think it's granite. It's pretty heavy stone here, so it must have been a pretty big blast that went off. So it was probably either, I don't think it was a direct hit because it would have just blown the whole thing in. Probably some shrapnel or something else from another building that got bombed, or maybe just the explosive force of the bomb that went off nearby took a massive chunk out of the corner of that building there. Okay, so you can still see the scars of World War II on the building itself. There are indicators of different things around Belfast. They're from World War II. So got the emergency water supply sign down on Montgomery Street. You also have a memorial plaque on St George's Market to show people that it was used as a mortuary or morgue to store bodies during after the bombing raids, because there were so many people died they couldn't actually cope with the amount of bodies. So there is another plaque here then, a memorial to the scars on this building. So scars in the stone were caused in the German air raids of the Second World War. Despite the severe damage to the building, the Belfast Telegraph, as I said, was published without interruption. So amazing that they've put that there to sort of mark this, and we need to see more of this around Belfast, and I hope that when they're refurbishing this building, which they apparently are at the minute, they keep this in place because it's part of our history. And of course keep the beautiful old signs here, the old copper sort of plated ones. You can see it's going the same colour as the domes around the area too. So a little bit of a secret history to Belfast here that you may have walked past a million times and maybe not noticed. So hope you enjoyed. This is a very quick video, of course. Probably could have done this in the short, but I want to share this in sort of long form to show the full extent of the building here too. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure you go onto our social media pages under Document Belfast. We have hundreds and hundreds of different videos there that aren't always shared on YouTube, so you may want to check that out. We're mainly on Instagram and TikTok, and if you could give us a little like under this video, obviously comment underneath too, and subscribe to our page for more like this. I hope you enjoyed this little secret history of some of the war scars of the Belfast Telegraph building.